What's up, everybody? How's it? What's going on? So here I am, day 2 of my week at work. Just pulled up. So I posted something on Facebook which I think is very controversial. I think a lot of parents will think so too. So I saw this TikTok. This 16-year-old girl, she died because she smoked some weed that was laced with fentanyl. And her dad found her. And he thought that maybe she just took a wrong pill or something. He later on found out that where he found her wasn't where she died. Where he found her, somebody had moved her body there. Okay? But he thought that she just took the wrong pill, and come to find out she had smoked some weed that was laced with fentanyl. So I did a Facebook post, and I wanted to see how much people would agree with me or would not agree with me. So with that said, with that story, I feel like we as parents, we should educate our children. First and foremost, we need to let them know that they're underage. It's illegal to be smoking pot. Okay? Now, it's very unfortunate because pot is looked at as a drug by some people, and pot is looked at as a medicine and herb by some people. And the fact that herb has been used for medicinal purposes in the past and is now being used for medicinal purposes, it's very controversial to me because it's like the thing with sex. You cannot stop your kid from having sex. Your kid is going to have sex at whatever age they feel like they're ready to have sex. And I'm not saying to condone it, and I'm not saying to just let it go and just forget about it. What I'm saying is that we should educate our children to what is really going on. So what is really going on is that there's people out there who are putting chemicals and other drugs on herbs. And it's becoming very dangerous. You know, they're now growing weed in labs. I come from a place where you can grow this pakalolo very freely and very nicely and get medicinal uses out of it. Unfortunately, in a lot of places, they are growing it in labs and farms that are, you know, putting all kinds of other junk in it. But my point is, it's like if you give a child a condom, as a parent, if you talk to your child about sex and give your child a condom, are you really condoning it, or are you trying to protect them? Or are you trying to educate them? Are you saying that it's okay to have sex? Of course not. It's not okay to just have sex, you know. And because of society, sex is not a big deal anymore. It really isn't, and it's very, very sad because sex is something that was given to two people that was supposed to be very special, to be shared between two people, preferably married people. That's my belief. My belief is that. My belief with weed is that it is used for medicinal purposes. It is used for with people with cancer, with AIDS, with, you know, it's helped a lot of people. I know for myself, from my experience, that stuff made from marijuana has helped me with some injuries and some pain and all of that, and yeah, of course, my mental state. But do I say to them, even though I know they're gonna do it behind my back, even if, you know, as a parent, you know your child is not gonna tell you everything that you would want them to share with you. There's no 100% truth to that, especially with this today's society. Every person has their secrets, their skeletons in their closet. Whether it's something like have a porn addiction or a weed addiction, you know, or a drug addiction. Or if your child can come to you and say that they're smoking weed, then at least you know where you need to guide your child. And I'm not saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna just go buy my weed, buy the weed for my kid. No, I would educate them and let them know that there's people out there that's doing stupid stuff to something that is supposed to be medicinal. And you know, I want to hear everybody's thoughts on this post, for real. I really do, because this is something that is, for me as a parent, that I have dealt with. And I'm not gonna lie, I've dealt with that, and guiding my children into making the right decisions. And no matter what you teach your child, knowing that what you have taught your child has left them equipped with the right stuff to make the right decisions for themselves is a plus for anybody, whether your child is smoking weed or not. If they made the choice, you know, if your child cannot come to you and tell you, I'm smoking weed, then how would you be able to tell them that there's people out there? Don't be buying weed from nobody on the street. Don't be buying weed from, you know, it's a very sticky subject. It's a there's a very thin line between, you know, advocating safety and complete abstinence from sex or drugs. I don't know how to word it. I really don't know how to word it, but that's my take on this. That really is my take on this. And I really, really believe with all my heart that with today's society, we have to learn how to maneuver around things. Because even people with two-parent family homes, you know, everything's stable, everything seems good. You know, I don't know the history of the girl that did that smoked the weed, but her father is sad. Her father is very sad because, you know, he thought that she was taking a pill when in fact she was doing something else. You know, I'm not gonna question his parenting skills. I'm not questioning his parenting skills, and I'm not, you know, questioning his relationship with his daughter. But the facts is that she smoked some laced weed from somebody who she trusted, whether she bought it, whether it was a friend of a friend, or, you know, when I was in high school, I smoked some weed that was laced with something, and I got really sick. I thought I was gonna die. And yeah, nobody knew about it. So this is what my experiences have brought me, where it has brought me to become the type of parenting I have. That was very scary. That was scary for me. I don't know, maybe acid, cocaine, I don't know what it was, but it was something that I was not used to taking, and it was from somebody I trusted. This was in high school. I was in 9th grade. And to see that article or that TikTok, frick, man, she died. So what do we say about that? Do we act like they're not doing it and hope that they're not doing it? Or do we really get to the source and say, okay, well, you're doing it. Why? I mean, just because they're smoking weed doesn't mean that they have some depression problems. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. And yes, I do believe that marijuana could be a gateway drug because people abuse it. I mean, it's such a huge, broad spectrum of the use of marijuana that we could sit here for hours, but unfortunately, I don't have that kind of time. But I just needed to say that. I needed to talk about it because our children we need to protect them. And however we got to do it, that's how we got to do it. Weed is everywhere in Las Vegas. I'm driving home on Sunset and I'm going 50 miles an hour and I can smell it passing the street corners or passing somebody's car. I can smell it everywhere. I grew up smelling it everywhere in Hawaii. But no, the point is, how do we address situations like that? Ultimately, we don't want our kids doing anything like that that can hurt them without them having the proper knowledge and the maturity, Because when they become adults, they're going to do it anyway if they want to do it. When they're 16, they're going to do it anyway if they want to do it. When they're 17, when they're 14, when they're 13, 12. I was 12. Why? Because it was around me. Yes, that influenced me, but I didn't look at it as a drug. It was something that made you feel good and keep you in touch with your inner peace. I don't know, guys. You let me know what you think. Very interesting topic. Kidding. Catch you later. Aloha.